Look, I think the Cellar is beyond a doubt one of the best comedy clubs or the most important comedy clubs in America. But I think if people are walking by, that's not good.
I agree.
That's great for interactive. That's great for developing short jokes. That's great for certain things. But like a stage, like even Eastville, New York Comedy Club, that's a great setting for a little bit of both. But I think like Gotham or the old Carolines was presentational. And the thing about presentational is that I believe stand-up is some of it, it's like, it's a question of like the value of crowd work. Like, I think it's definitely a skill. I think that it is also in some ways a waste of time.
Sure.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And
it's like sugar. It's like, it's fun, but it's not, I need real food.
No nutritional value.
It's there kind of like, all right, for dessert, it's fine. At the end, it's fine. But you need a base. You need real food.
Yeah.
And the material is the real food.
Yeah, no one's quoting Chris Rock's crowd work from 10 years ago.
Right.
They're quoting the great bit.
Yeah.
And you're someone who clearly labors over chunks. I mean, like when I think of chunks, like you brought up Goldman. Goldman's great at chunks. Like,
Great chunk.
and it's a skill to keep the ball in the air, so to speak. Like you're really good at that.
Your bit about the password strength on the internet, we won't get into it. I know it's probably, is that on anything yet? Is that still
that's
newish?
that's on the Hulu.
Okay.
The Skinny.
That bit, I watched you work that out at Gotham, and I could see people hitting each other going, I know what you mean. Oh, it is weak. Oh, yeah. That, to me, that's when it's like when it's a magic show. Like, everybody's on board. But if you go, what is that, your mom? I thought you were fucking her. You know, you're like, who gives a fuck? That doesn't, it's quick for 4 seconds. But
it's
that
awkwardness.
password thing, that hits home. And you're like, it brings everybody together in a weird way.
Yeah, and I agree. There is a place for crowd work, but it's like, it's bonus. It's not the main thing. I think you
Get the clip and move on.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think also it's bad training for the audience. If they get a taste for it, they're like, aren't you going to talk to, and when I say me, they mean the entire audience. So you don't have to talk to me, but talk to someone.
Right.
We know these rooms too. There's rooms like, I remember playing like Governors, and I'm like, oh, they're just going to talk the whole time.
Yeah.
They just talk at the table. I'm like, I'm here. Like I'm on stage.
Yeah.
I know.
Those are always the weird ones too, where you're like, oh, they're having dinner and you're just there.
Yeah.
Those are the weird gigs.
Yeah, they're fascinating. I mean, it's
fascinating.
it is so fascinating.
It's a show.
Yeah.
Shut the
Didn't
fuck
the woman
up.
just start a conversation with you while you were on stage last week?
She kept heckling me, and I had to do one of these where you're like, you play with it at first, you get a couple laughs out of it, and then you're like, I got to get back to my act.
Yeah.
But you can feel her sitting there, and you know she's going to say something again, so you can't focus because you just don't know when she's going to yell out.
The worst.
And then eventually she yelled out again, and I was like, can we do something here? And then the guy throws her out, which is so fucking annoying because I think.
Then you look like the tattletale.
Exactly.
But
The crowd work makes people think like, oh, I'll yell, and the poor security guy's like, is this a crowd work moment or is this a disruption?
She was probably drunk, and in her logic, she thought she was helping.
Yeah, it was my wife.
But it's like, it's also different when you're doing an hour 20 or whatever on the road versus those 15-minute club sets where you're like, I need to figure out a joke here.
Yeah.
But if I have
totally.
an hour 20, I'll indulge it if it's a long set.
Sure.
But when it's those short sets, you're like, also, it can change the energy of the room for the next comic. Crowd work on those short sets can be annoying.
Yeah. It's a precious amount of time.